Dragon Ball has featured so many different Super Saiyan forms throughout its run, but today we're going to be focusing on everyone's favorite Super Saiyan 3. Here are some awesome facts you may not know. Look, I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna talk about a little math. I know, no one likes math, but it's worth it to understand just how powerful Super Saiyan 3 really is. Like, did you know that it's 400 times the power of a normal Saiyan's base level? That's right. It's said that when someone reaches Super Saiyan 3, it multiplies the power of a person who has achieved Super Saiyan 2 by at least 4 times, which means that it's at least 8 times as strong as the regular Super Saiyan transformation. This regular Super Saiyan state is a 50 times multiplier from the base state. So if you carry the 2 and dot your eyes, then that means that Super Saiyan 3 makes the lucky Saiyan 400 times as strong as they normally are. Can you imagine being 400 times stronger than you are right now? What's the first thing you would do? Well, I know my first thing is I'd go and find my old math teacher and punch him into the sun. Probably the biggest thing that makes Super Saiyan 3 special is how rare it is. As of now, only 2 known characters in Dragon Ball have been able to successfully reach this state. The first is, obviously, Goku. I mean, is that really a surprise? Goku will always be the first to do anything. I just heard he was the first guy to lick his elbow. But the only other character to reach Super Saiyan 3 is Gotenks, who is the fusion of Goten and Trunks. So is it kind of a cheat to count Gotenks as one person when it's really just 2 people in a big trench coat standing on each other's shoulders? What? Okay, I'm being told that that's not what actually happens when they fuse. My mistake. And it's with a heavy heart that I say that Gotenks achieving this status is a little marred by the fact that more likely than not, Goku played a big influence in helping Gotenks peak. So it just shows how much Goku is a factor in reaching this level. I wish there was a manual you could read that laid out exactly what it took to reach Super Saiyan 3, because right now, it's not entirely clear. Like, how great would it be to find an instruction pamphlet or something that told you to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and run 10 kilometers every single day, and then you'd be able to activate Super Saiyan 3 with ease? Unfortunately, it's not that easy, and following that workout will just turn you into Saitama from One Punch Man, and who wants that? He's bald after all. But if we look at the Dragon Ball franchise, it's clear something strange has to happen before anyone can reach Super Saiyan 3. Like Goku, for example, was only able to do it after he kicked the bucket and trained in the other world, while both Goten and Trunks couldn't achieve this on their own, so they had to form Gotenks. I can relate. I don't know how many problems I've solved by doing the fusion dance and fusing with another person. It's just the best solution to anything. Either way, Super Saiyan 3 is not easy to achieve through normal means. Super Saiyan 3 is incredibly taxing on your body, so if you ever find yourself in that state, be sure to not start monologuing or anything like that because you don't have a whole lot of time. Just attack and ask questions later. The form allows a Saiyan to fight at the highest possible power output and maximizes the ki output of a user. Turns out you don't just have an endless supply of ki, so be sure to be ready as soon as you transform. This is one of the biggest downsides of Super Saiyan 3 because it shows you can be almost unstoppable, but once it's over, you'll have nothing. Do you find yourself with a receding hairline? Well, fear not, because I got just the solution for you. Just learn how to go Super Saiyan 3! It's the simple answer that will solve all of your hair-related problems in a blink of an eye. When the transformation into Super Saiyan 3 is complete, prepare yourself for a whole new hairdo. Let's walk through these steps. In Super Saiyan 2, your hair becomes rigid, but Super Saiyan 3 means your luscious locks suddenly smooths out and gives out a serious flowy vibe. If you're one of those people who always wanted hair past their waist, well, do I have some good news for you, because Super Saiyan 3 just turns the trimmed grass patch on top of your head into a wild forest that cannot be tamed. I also hope you don't mind being blonde, because Super Saiyan 3 continues the trend of Super Saiyan 2 and remains golden blonde, but still morphs into something different with its darker and more yellow shade of gold. So if you ever want to make your friends jealous with a rockin' new do, then all you gotta do is go Super Saiyan 3. It's definitely cheaper than a hair salon. I've been building up just how insanely powerful Super Saiyan 3 is, and that is not a lie. Like, if you're ever in a fight and your opponent goes Super Saiyan 3 on you, chances are you're not walking away from that encounter, sorry. So anyone who could not only stand up to Super Saiyan 3, but also make the form look incredibly weak automatically is someone the world should watch out for. Of course, I'm talking about Beerus. Like, we know Beerus is the god of destruction, and you don't just get that title for being a weakling, but still, it's almost comical just how little damage Goku is able to deal to the talking cat when in Super Saiyan 3. Goku tries his hardest to defeat his opponent, but Beerus dodges every single hit that Goku throws at him without really trying. Then all he does is lightly karate chop Goku on the shoulder, and immediately Goku's defeated. Note to self, never ever make Beerus mad, or else he'll turn my insides into goo just by looking at me. It just goes to show that no matter how powerful you are, there's always a bigger fish. Well, in this case, it's a bigger cat. Goku is actually a pretty smart guy. What? Did I just say that out loud? Wow. Well, but really, there's no better way to describe just how much Goku has mastered Super Saiyan 3 to use to his complete advantage. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Goku's gonna go out there and win a Nobel Peace Prize in physics or anything, but he at least knows how to handle himself in a fight and has especially learned how to utilize Super Saiyan 3. Goku has learned to use the Super Saiyan 3 transformation in short bursts so as not to wear himself out too fast, which is the kind of genius strategy you need for this insane power-up. Just look at how he sparred with Future Trunks, only shifting into high gear when needed and therefore preserving his energy. Sure, you can go all out right away and deliver one devastating attack, but what happens if your enemy dodges? Then you're in serious trouble. By spreading out your power and timing your attacks to only go Super Saiyan 3 in short bursts, you put yourself at a much stronger advantage tactically. It's not always about who's the strongest, but who can use their powers the best. Remember that. And now we get to what is perhaps the biggest travesty on this list. I regret to inform you we're all terribly missing out because there was once a point early on in the design phase for Super Saiyan 3 that would have given the users a tail. That's right, Akira Toriyama drafted a few possible designs for Super Saiyan 3 before the final form was selected, and a lot of these original drafts did include a tail. And I'm furious about this. Everyone knows a tail ups your cool factor immensely. It's right up there with capes and monocles in terms of cool, so I'm devastated that Super Saiyan 3 users missed out on such an awesome feature. And it's not like the Dragon Ball franchise became anti-tail or anything like that, because the Super Saiyan 4 transformation does include a tail, which just makes us even more sad. A tail with the Super Saiyan 3 design would have looked awesome. So, what happened? We may never know the truth, but could you imagine how much more Goku could have accomplished in Super Saiyan 3 if he had a tail? Like, I'm not to overhype the tail's value, but I'm 100% positive he could have beaten Beerus if he had that tail. As much as I love Super Saiyan 3, sadly, it's not the superior Saiyan form. There are actually a few Saiyan forms that trump Super Saiyan 3. The obvious one is Super Saiyan 4. If you remember anything about math, you probably know 4 is bigger than 3, so it makes sense that Super Saiyan 4 is more powerful. But what about some of the other Super Saiyan forms? Super Saiyan God is one form that's more powerful than Super Saiyan 3, obviously. Remember how Goku got his butt kicked by Beerus in his Super Saiyan 3 form? Well, in Super Saiyan God form, he was able to go the distance with the God of Destruction, which definitely doesn't reflect well on Super Saiyan 3. It helps immensely that a Saiyan can access the God Key while in Super Saiyan God form, and that gives them quite an advantage. But let's not forget the awesome sounding Super Saiyan Blue, which is a little more complicated to explain here. Overall, I'm just trying to make the point that although Super Saiyan 3 is powerful, never stop trying to reach the next level, because there is always a next level that can give you even more powers. As we all know, the Dragon Ball franchise has expanded and evolved over the years. Some super exciting aspects are all the Dragon Ball video games that are out there. Although these video games aren't technically canon, they do offer some neat tidbits and interesting storylines. Special shout out to YouTube user InBetweenGamer for the footage, because it allows us to show that a lot of the characters in video games like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot are able to reach Super Saiyan 3. So have you ever wondered what Vegeta would look like if he reached Super Saiyan 3? Or Trunks by himself? Yeah, the video game can stop you from asking what if and actually see some of these characters in a form we never got to see on the show. So really, if you haven't checked out these games, do yourself a favor and go get them because they're worth it. But it is kind of cruel. Seeing these characters reach Super Saiyan 3 in a video game makes me wish that we could see the actual thing. Well, maybe one day, right? Who knows? All of the Saiyans will continue to grow and power up forever, so if enough time passes, maybe all of them will reach it by some point. I'm still upset that we can't see what Super Saiyan 3 with a tail would look like. What about you? What's your favorite Super Saiyan form? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for more awesome anime content. Thanks for watching CBR.